Freeloaders. I'm 3T.
And I'm Mike Papa Foxtrot.
Freeloaders is a regular look at what is or has been free to download from the PlayStation Network. We download the games and give them a play and see if they're worth the download, bandwidth and time.
This time we're looking at Axiom Verge 2, a 2D side-scrolling adventure in the style of Metroid or Castlevania by American indie developer Thomas Happ Games. The sequel to Axiom Verge, the game tells the story of a billionaire who receives a mysterious message telling her to go to Antarctica if she wishes to see her missing daughter again. It was initially released in August 2021 to generally favourable reviews from the critics, and these are our first impressions. And my first impression, 3T, is that some text is scrolling on my screen.
That's interesting, because we synced this and mine isn't scrolling yet, so that's
okay.
Strange. Maybe we changed the speed, or I'm not sure.
But I mean, basically, it's the story that's currently scrolling, and what I can actually do is I can scroll back up. And it says, in the year 2007, a young scientist, Elizabeth Hammond, revolutionized the world as we know it with her invention of the first ever Ansible? Or superluminal communication. Ansible? I guess Ansible? That's how you'd say it. Anyway, or superluminal communication. I mean, basically, she's started the Federation up. Zero latency computing soon became standard. Well, yeah, of course, because if you can compute faster than light, then you can basically do super latency zero computing, I guess. And the Hammond Corp became a household name. But in 2053, a bizarre, unexpected tragedy befell Jones Station, Antarctica, when the entire research team, helmed by Hammond Corp, vanished without a trace. Dr. Hammond was with the team when she was never seen again. Without its CEO, the company floundered. Indria Chandra, and then, of course, that is then obviously the scientist's daughter. That anyway, you can now read it yourself.
That's fine. Mine is now scrolling. Yeah, I think this was an interesting choice this month, because actually we were a bit spoiled for choice with bigger name games. So I don't think we've not chosen this for any reason other than our familiarity with the other two choices, which are both kind of big ticket items, aren't they?
And also, this is different. I mean, we haven't done this kind of game. I don't think we've done this kind of game before.
I don't remember doing a side-scrolling. Not, if we have, it would have been not within the last couple of years anyway.
Oh, no. As we enter Season 6, definitely not. Wow. I mean, a Metroid game?
Yeah.
Castlevania?
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's nice. Retro games are obviously, retro. That's how old we are. But retro games are kind of are their own thing now, aren't they? I do like this graphical style to a point. I think it's nice. It makes me feel young again. But also, it's a bit of a different gameplay. I think the other choices we had, Star Wars, Jedi Survivor from memory, unless that's the sequel.
Yeah, which is one that you were very, very familiar with, and then of course there is Fallout, which is more what I'm kind of familiar with. So yeah.
So this is something different, something a bit fun, very quick and easy to get going with. So shall we crack on and see how the game teaches us old men, whether it relies on us understanding
you
how these games work?
You don't want to select speed run straight off the back then.
No, I don't think I will. I'm still expecting lots of horrible fumbles, but I'm also hoping for something that is going to be quick, easy, straightforward.
There was a game similar to this that we played, but it had a higher graphics res, and I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it'll come to me in a minute.
Sure.
So I'm going to push start. Let's see what happens.
Let's have a look. Nice to do a game where there's probably not going to be a lot of complicated character building or huge loading or anything else. I'm getting the story again, which we had before, so I'm just going to skip through that.
You can just push X to skip. Yep, that's good. Yep.
Can't imagine any huge complicated tutorials, but you never know. Yeah, this is very much Samus's ship arriving. Looking at the way the map is growing on the top right corner, this is very Metroid. Straight away. I'm just wondering if it's going to be the D-pad or the stick that is going to control how our main character? Hopefully both.
Yeah, well, I mean, it gives options, won't it?
Both. That's good. So we've got a nice jump button. Nothing else seems to do anything yet.
Oh, I'm just pushing. I've only just realised I have to go through the story. I've been waiting for.
No, I just scrolled straight past it. How do I get up here?
Oh yeah, jump. Analog works, which is nice. There's crouch. Triggers don't seem to do very much. Oh, hang on. One of the triggers does a flashlight. So one of the shoulders, sorry, does a flashlight. The other one is locked currently. So
I'm guessing that is actually your inventory. That's probably so you can switch from weapons and things. Okay, so going right hasn't yielded me much.
Currently only X is working on the thingy. So yeah.
Up is to talk to people. Just taking it in.
Oh, you went right. You went right as well. So I went right simply because the helicopter was pointing that way.
Yeah, exactly, same.
But I can't get over the boxes, so you know.
There is here we go. There is a room to the left, which will yield you something else that you can use in your quest. Okay. Oh, hang on, maybe there was something else in there I can have as well. No, that's fine. So now I've got a tool that I can use.
Oh yeah, because you've got a flashlight enable. So,
but now there's something else. It's going to just slowly teach us. This is going to be the old school way of tutorializing. Just introduce you to things naturally as you go, and then just use them. Try everything. I am now remembering the 2D platformer that we had reviewed before, but I can't remember what it's called. But
no, I can't either. But it was good fun. It was all caves and very scary and quite difficult.
Yes, yeah. Now I've broken some boxes. Now I can go about it.
Well, I'm destroying all the boxes just to see if there's anything.
Yeah.
You can't use the pickaxe down, which is unfortunate.
Away we go. I'm probably well behind you now because it's taken me a long time to get back together.
No, I've only just entered the room. I'm just I'm trying to work out how to turn the flashlight. Flashlight floggle is floggle the tashlight. The flashlight is R3. So I've just realised.
I see. Well, it doesn't really make things much brighter when it's off.
Or no, you turn it off, and you get like a shiny glow around. You turn it on, and it does project in the direction you're looking. So
that's useful. I don't know why you'd ever want to turn it off. I'm assuming maybe at some point the game will rob you of batteries or remove it from you just to make you just to put the willies at you, as it were. Oh, take what's this? Weekly meeting notes.
I just hit a save marker, so that's nice.
Excellent. I
And
don't
the
think I've
music
got
just,
there yet.
I know, I just saw it in the corner. The music just went very quiet.
Old Ansible. Why would they have one of these here? Story. Okay.
Yeah, I think you are further along than I am because I am. I'm still going upstairs. I'm climbing a tower.
Oh, I've turned on the electricity. It's all coming together. I just think this
Snow
environment...
cruiser needs tyres. I found something about a snow cruiser.
This environment is one of my favourite kind of sci-fi things. I think The Thing is so great, and I would love a really good Thing game. I'm not sure if there's been one. There's a Thing board game that I'd quite like to play, but the problem with the Thing games is often you need like at least 5 people because if you're going to seed suspicion amongst a group, 2 players aren't going to cut it because you know that if you're not it, the other person is.
Must be, yeah.
So,
I've found a computer, and I found and I think I've just found the power I've just turned the power on, so I think I'm now behind you, which is interesting. So.
Well, I've doubled back on myself because I'm easily lost, so now I've gone all the way back to that first entrance. So I'm just finding my feet, really. I should be paying attention to the map. And funnily enough, we had this conversation earlier about a different game.
Now the computer is on, I can now interact with the computer. So there you go. There is a secret door past the 3 bookshelves on the first floor. EOM, Okay. Who is this, and why did you send me it? Yeah. So I'm interacting with the computer because the computer didn't turn on when I. Okay. So where was that?
Well, I was glad you talked about the 3 bookshelves, because as I came into the room again with the 3 bookshelves, I saw the door and realised just to walk into it.
Interestingly, what I find is that going up and down these things is really easy. It's like it's sort of intuitive that you just glide up and you glide down the stairs. Okay, 3 bookcases. There is 3 bookcases. A secret room.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, because I've just done it, and there was a lovely effect as I went into the lift. Just everything was affected by some kind of computer problem there, which was great. Just going to break everything. That's the Zelda out.
And we're back to having to use our flashlight again. Oh, even though we turned on the electricity.
I'm very good at getting lost, it seems. Do not enter. Oh, I definitely won't. The only option you've got is to enter.
I was expecting to find things in these crates, though. I keep destroying crates, but there's nothing in them.
Yeah, that's the kind of the standard thing, isn't it? That you expect that you will see some kind of pickups.
Do not enter. Oh, I certainly won't.
Now it's a race. Now suddenly I know you're on my tail. I'm thinking I've got to hurry up.
Oh, have you banged your axe against the stone yet?
Yeah, I did it when when I came out the hut when I got it.
It makes a lovely noise. And I found a snow shovel by the look of it. But how do I get down there? I have to go down here. Okay.
I don't think I could pick up the shovel.
No, I can't. It won't let me get there.
I think it might just be decoration, unless we need some kind of special equipment to be able to get down there.
Well, let's see. Oh, I've started an earthquake or something. What the hell was that?
It's very smooth. I quite like. I know it's because it's only doing very simple things, but it's a very nice. It reminds me a little bit of. Do you remember Flashback?
Yes.
It's got that kind of feel to it a little bit as well. Ooh, an amulet or something? Compass. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, that's probably a good idea not to jump randomly into the dark, because
I don't like those. That's how you learn in games.
Mm-hmm.
Compass. Oh.
Okay, found a computer. Just need to power it up, I suppose.
That was a hell of a fall. It's freezing. I may be about to die. I'm not sure.
I found a compass.
I've got the compass, but then I've fallen into a very, very long.
Did you find the compass? Good. You can locate it to find me. How do I? Oh, it's added a little thing onto the side of my.
I like when you look around with the stick and stuff. How the flashlight.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. It. Oh yeah, I just fell into water.
I think it is. I think it is a story element, which is good.
Oh God, it's freezing. Yeah. Okay. Let's work out how we get out of here.
I may be about to die again. I'm thinking. I don't know if the game is teaching me don't drown, or whether it's teaching me something useful. Yeah, the world's going white, so I may be drowning.
I may be swimming the wrong way, is what I think here at the moment.
Okay. I think it might be story, but
I am about to be squashed.
Yeah, I think it's story. I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is sci-fi after all, and there's going to be something that teaches us, or something that saves us.
Well, I hit a save point before I hit the compass, so, you know.
Well, I appear to be alive.
Maybe it wasn't water. Maybe it was... Something magic.
Something magic definitely intervened. Save. There we go. Use the save point, which I never found the previous one. It's doing a very Metroid thing, which is showing you stuff that you want, which is just out of reach. That's that you'll know you're going to cycle back later. You know, build the map. I forget what it is. I think it's called J-Quasing, when a map. You see a map from one perspective, and then later on you get to see it again because you know you've had to double back and done something named after, I can't remember her first name, but she's a game developer. Her surname is J-Quaze, I think so.
Okay.
This lady can survive huge falls.
I'm going to hit a game save, so I'm going to hit save there.
Oh, okay. Destroy things. Yes, I can. Good. I would like a gun.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do the whole game with just a pickaxe in my hand. I've taken a lot of damage.
There are some kind of what the hell are these things down here? Can I just get behind them? Can I just get behind them and kill them?
Yeah, you just barrel into them head first like I did, and you'll probably be all right.
Oh no! I want to. I'm stealthily going to get them before they get me.
Right, I'll go that way.
I think he did minimum damage to me, so that's fine.
I took 3 bars of damage. There's another one coming. At least they've got. You can see their sensor. You know when they've seen you. It's feeling a little bit like, again, I don't want to keep making the Metroid comparison, but these games you always will. But the latest Metroid, which I think is Metroid Fusion, I might be wrong on the Switch, where you come across these terrifying drone robot creatures that if you're not prepared for them, are going to cause you a lot of redos and significant deaths.
Well, I've still got half my health, and I've taken 4 of them, so.
Oh, yeah, they seem to be dropping health sometimes as well when you kill them, which is useful. Oh, God, what's this floating head? I don't like it. Alright, okay, it wasn't as tough as it looked.
Okay, I guess at some point you'll be able to jump and climb, because
I hope so.
Things are out of reach at the moment.
Yeah, and exactly. It's sort of find an item that helps you bypass an area, or again Zelda or Metroid, and all good kind of exploration dungeon kind of games will have that.
Well, I took a lot of health damage then.
Just having a bit of an explore is so far quite fun.
What is that? Am I supposed to be able to get that? No, I think it's out of reach for now.
Right, yeah, now I'm. Oh God. Yeah, alright, that's no good. Back to the save point with me.
Okay, well, I'm probably about to come back. I've got basically 1 1/3 puck of health, so I'm just waiting for this scorpion thing to turn away, and then I'm going to drop on him.
See that I'm just barreling into all kinds of danger.
There's a beep. Now I've got this annoying beep in the way. I've got 1 puck of health remaining.
Yeah, that's... Aha! Alright, I get lower than them, and that's easier to destroy them.
You can't get me, mate, because I don't think you can jump that high. Oh my God, he can! Oh, yeah. I've gone. Okay, that was interesting. I didn't expect him to be able to jump that high.
So
I was being quite cocky there. I was holding my position and ready to hit him. So okay.
Just conscious of giving away a lot of information about the first level. Should we call this first level?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that could be it, and then we can continue to play and hopefully not die.
Not too many times. And then come back and sort of give our final thoughts when we've had a bit more of an explore.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so for us it will be a little while, but for you it'll be a few seconds, and we'll come back and tell you a little bit more about our experiences with Axiom Verge 2.
So we've put some time into playing Axiom Verge 2. So 3T, I mean, it's definitely as described. I think it is a Castlevania Metroid style game where you run around and basically find power-ups and try and open up parts of the map that you hadn't opened up before to sort of basically solve puzzles. It's a large puzzle solver is what it is, I suppose. So yeah. That's my first thoughts. What about yours?
I think it's exactly what it says it is, as you say. Yeah, it's 2D scrolling platform adventure. Lots of things to make you feel like you're achieving. Lots of ways to make you feel like you've been clever, and progression is happening at a kind of acceptable rate. It's frustrating enough, and you get just enough little dopamine hits when you do something right to make you want to keep playing. So yeah, it's like a simpler version of something like Metroid. I don't think it's as complex or as hard. I don't think the learning curve, not even learning curve, I don't think the difficulty level is as hard as some of the games that we've mentioned there. But that is to its credit, because it's not about attacking you for not getting things. It's very much encouraging you to keep having another go. And it's just one more is what there's a little tickle at the back of your head every time something kills you.
Well, I think at one point when we were playing and you said, "Oh, right, shall we save and do something?" And I'm like, yeah, in a minute." And then I think it was another hour.
Well, it's
not quite,
but it'll just keep scratching at you, and I think that's good. I really like how easy it is to pick up and play. It's simple, it's straightforward. In some of the games that we play here, I know that we get frustrated with huge tutorials, and this game is just go and explore, and then it will say, all right, if you want to use that, press circle, and then you go, all right, I'll do that when I need to, and everything is just laid out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's again, and it is nice, and there's nothing complicated. There's a couple of things that if you don't find initially, you kind of like you do get stumped, and it get a little bit of frustration, but then you go, okay, a little bit of have a think and come back, and then there you go, that's what it was, that's the bit that I missed. But yeah, I think I think I was having a good time, so I'm very happy that we went for this one, sort of the low tier game, so to speak, but not certainly punching above its weight for entertainment value.
Yeah, it's certainly not. It's not a bad game for it might suffer in people's minds on a surface level from being up against two very big polished games, but it's a good one to pick up, because I think a lot of people by now, something like the Star Wars game that's on offer, people, if they're interested in it, will probably have bought it. And Fallout, if you've not played it by now, you probably don't care enough. So it's nice to be able to dip your toe into something from a small publisher, and have it be familiar but different. This is telling you a story. There is an interesting story being laid out as well, if you care to pay attention to it, as well as just smash the robots up. Kill the undersea worms. You could play it on two levels I think it's definitely replayable. It's the kind of thing that, you know, they've gone straight for the retro YouTube gaming market of, you know, you can play it through, or why not speedrun it?
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. You can tell they know you're coming back because there's a speedrun option.
Yeah.
How fast can you do it?
Absolutely. And I can see that being quite a good fun thing to come back and do. So yeah, it's great. It's good. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, so fun fact is definitely there. I mean, games it's similar to, I think we've already described in our introduction, and it's, you know, games it's not, well, it's not a first-person shooter.
Well, looking at it against its peers, let's say, what is it not? It's not a Super Mario style.
No.
Platformer. No. It's not Sonic the Hedgehog. It's nothing like that. It is very much It's a reskinned, simplified Metroid, and it knows it is, and that's fine. You know, at some point,
it's not pretending to be anything it's not. I mean, I actually got a little bit of Donkey Kong vibes and things like that with the sound effects and things. Yeah. No, because of the sound, the sort of, it does have that sort of very sort of ding, ding, ding when you're jumping, and like it's I mean, at the end of the day, it's what it is. What it's not is, like you say, it's not Sonic, it's not Mario, it's none of those kind of 2D platform games. I think it's its own thing. It's an homage. It's an homage. So
exactly.
So
if you've played through Metroid hundreds of times, and if you've played Castlevania, and if you just want something that is going to sit on your dashboard, take up no space at all, and be something, you know what? I'll just.
How long did it take you to download it?
Less than 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure.
It was 90 seconds. 322 megabytes.
Yeah, it's nothing. It is not going to cause any problems for your space at all. And you know, it looks quite nice on the dashboard as well. I think
so I've just realised it's a game that you can fit on a CD.
Yeah.
For those of you who are too young to remember what compact discs are, they're like Blu-ray discs, only they had less capacity. And for those of you who are too young to know what Blu-ray discs are, Blu-ray is what we used to load games on as some kind of token before we had to go through a 60 to 120 gigabyte download so we could actually play the bloody game. Anyway,
they're those shiny drinks coasters that
they were a token. They were a token that allowed you to download the unfinished game and continue to apply patches. And that's what this is nice. This is a finished complete game that runs out of the box, runs lovely. Like the tutorial is pretty much there as you go along. Like and yeah, I mean, at no point did I feel forced to go anywhere or do anything. It's a sandbox type thing, but it's a sandbox thing with that you create your own. I mean, obviously there are finite ways of doing it. I mean, there must be because there's a speedrun option, but that's the fun of working out how to do it as fast as possible.
Do you know what it feels like to me? It feels like we've sort of entered an era now of the equivalent of when we were younger, when games... well, computers, I suppose they would have been, but where people could just make small games in their back bedrooms and release them on, you know, in small formats, and they would be on the front of magazines. And little sort of 16-bit type games like this now take up so little room and can be developed by such small groups of people that it's like the modern equivalent of that. Is what it feels like to me.
I remember with the Spectrum 48K typing in for hours and hours and hours code just so I could then save it to a cassette tape. And a cassette tape, for those of you who don't know, is basically a small plastic box that holds several thousand meters of basically plastic with rust embedded in it that captures modulation of audio. Think of a CD, only it's not digital.
Think of a CD that occasionally you have to get a pencil in the spokes and wind back in because it's all...
it's the reason why pencils are the size they are. They were designed for winding cassettes, because you could be listening to an audio tape in your Walkman. A Walkman, for those of you who want to know, that's an analog analog version of a pod of a.
It's an MP3
MP3 player. It's an analog MP3 player.
But you had to
and
change
while you're doing that,
sets.
and while you're doing that, you've got a cassette rattling on a pencil, rewinding it. Because you don't want to run your batteries down. Anyway, sorry, enough nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, it reminded me of a couple of games from like the Amiga and things like that. There's one where you had to kind of you had robots and levels, but again, it also at the same time had its own distinctness. I think there was one point, and I think it was either while we were recording in the first part, or it might have been the first time we played it after we recorded, where there was a floating skull, and I think we laughed about the Sean Connery movie with the floating skulls.
It's the head from Zardoz.
Yeah, that's the one. I never remember the name of the film. So, but yeah, I mean,
Zardoz.
I'm going to say. Sorry, I'm going to say that for me, I think it was definitely. For 90 seconds if you time to download, or 30 seconds if you got a better internet connection like 3T apparently. 322 megabytes. I think it's worth your time. It's worth adding to your library, and it's nothing to keep for a rainy day or even a sunny day if you don't want to get out and get a suntan. So I'm going to say it was definitely worth the download. I don't know if I'd have paid for it because I can't remember what it was worth. I don't know how much. I know it wasn't very much, but again, we come back to this question quite often, and I think, has it been worth the admission price for this year's, PlayStation Network or whatever the hell it's bloody well called Plus thing? And I think yes. I think this is a good start. And, of course, then with your big-ticket games, your Star Wars and your Fallout as well, get them while they're hot. I don't think you can go wrong this month so far, and I'm glad we picked this one.
Yeah, it's worth the hard drive space. It's worth the time to download. It's its own thing, and give it a go. Like if you have already owned the other two games and you just think, wow, I think it was about $14.99 equivalent. I'm not sure though. In pounds sterling, whatever that's worth these days, it's worth a go. It'll keep you entertained for a bit. I think you can't really lose this month. There's something for everybody, and there have been months recently where I've been maybe slightly underwhelmed, but the selection this month I think is a good start for the year. With that, then, this is 3T.
And this is Mike Papa Foxtrot, and we were looking at Axiom Verge 2 that was freeloadable from the PlayStation Network for January 2023.